The immortal John Hancock here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my opinion of the Switch 2, my review. This is going to be a general overview, non-technical, and really just want to share my thoughts about Nintendo's new hardware. And there's going to be lots of opinions about it. People have shared theirs already. I want to share mine. I did a first look a few days ago for the console launch, and that was kind of fun. And since then, I've pretty much sat down and have played it. I've experienced the hardware. I've checked out some software. And I finally feel like I have an opinion to share. And it may be different than what your perspective is or your experience, and that's okay. And I just have been doing this for a long time. I've been around Nintendo hardware for many years, since the original Game & Watch releases. And you know what? I'm finally here just to share my thoughts. So sit back, relax. Here we go. I just want to say how much I've enjoyed Mario Kart World more than I anticipated. I think it's a perfect pack-in game, as it's a game anybody can play. You can pick up and play Mario Kart. It's that type of game where casuals can enjoy it. You can play multiplayer with family, but there's so much here. The free roam, oh my goodness. I didn't really get into that when I first picked up the Switch, and then I saw the free roam mode and I love it. There's parts of areas that seem a little barren, but it's so fun to go and explore things and unlock things and get stickers and unlockables. I love that all the tracks are interconnected in this mode. There is so much here, and to me it adds an additional dimension needed, and there's just so much to enjoy and appreciate if you are a Mario Kart fan. And I do think it's a perfect pack-in. I had it in the bundle, so I didn't pay $80 for it, as I feel a digital download for this type of game for me is perfect. I love it, and I've really enjoyed it. I really want to say how much I love the new Joy-Cons. I love that they're bigger. I love the magnetic releases, and they fit right in place. And I love that they have the Joy-Con grip. I absolutely love that. Everything about the Joy-Con has been improved. I had real issues with the previous Joy-Cons being so small. So it's definitely like the hardware strength for me is that I really like this. This to me is going to address several issues. Now I did purchase a Pro Controller 2, but I haven't had enough time with it. And so really focusing this day and this review on just what the bundle came with. And I really like these. I like how easy it is to take them apart and to attach them there. I do wonder about these right here on the sides here. What's the potential of them breaking? Is there any long-term concern about them wearing out the Joy-Con, the magnetic Joy-Cons? Is there issues with that long-term? That definitely has me concerned. The actual interface of the Switch 2 is very familiar. You have to search specifically for Switch 2 exclusive content, and here it is as of the upload of this video. And you can see it's kind of varied. I don't have an issue with a lot of the ports, as there's many ports that people are excited about playing. I know Street Fighter 6 is one of those. No Man's Sky is another one. There's a Switch 2 edition, which significantly upgrades the original Switch release. So if you have the physical copy of the original No Man's Sky for Switch, it's a free upgrade, and it looks so much better. And I love this game, and I'm happy to pick this up. A digital sale is like $24. That's awesome. And so there's going to be a lot of games that are going to be affordable and not $80. Now, the membership service, a subscription service where you can check out Nintendo classics. I love that this has GameCube support and the 3 games on the Switch 2, F-Zero, you have Soul Calibur 2, and Wind Waker. So I really like that Nintendo is moving forward with GameCube backlog as I think that's going to be really popular. I'm looking forward to please offering Rogue Leader. I would flip out, honestly. I'm so wanting that game, and if they offer it on the service, sign me up, as I think this is another nice addition to the Switch 2. Very familiar to Switch offerings, but you know what? I think many people are going to be excited. Now, Fast Fusion, which is the follow-up to Fast RMX, and this offers 4K experience HDR. I absolutely love this game. Only $14.99. This is the sleeper hit of some of the new offerings on the Switch 2. As you know what, I think the software launch, it offers a lot of variety, and this is a game. This is an exclusive and a fantastic Wipeout style racing game that many are going to appreciate at an affordable price. I love this and highly recommend picking it up. And then you have Nintendo doing some things right. They offer free upgrades to Nintendo Switch games like Super Mario Bros. Odyssey. Fantastic 3D Mario game, and it looks amazing on the Switch too. It definitely bumps up things, makes it look a lot prettier, and I definitely notice it. So this is Nintendo doing the right thing. Free upgrades. Now, not everything's free. They kind of nickel and dime other things, and that is an issue. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. The actual unit size, I like this. This has a nice feel to it. Actually, I was concerned it was going to feel too big. For some people, it may still be big. For maybe small kids, I think Nintendo will probably make some hardware like the Switch 2 Lite down the road. But for me, this doesn't feel like a toy. The hardware itself has a nice build to it, but there are some issues. And let's talk about that screen. Here's all three Switch screens compared, and as you can see, the OLED screen looks a little bit brighter and better. And it's because you're right. I have an issue with the Switch 2 screen. Switch 2 screen is huge and very noticeable, and I know there's a lot of people who play their Switch 2 undocked. Now, docked, it looks brilliant and wonderful. Undocked, it just looks okay. And comparing it to other handhelds on the market that I had, here's the Steam Deck screen versus a Switch 2. I'm playing Horizon Chase Turbo. Fantastic game, and I love all the versions of it. But as you can see, the Steam Deck version, just natively without messing around with settings or anything, I think it looks better. Definitely brighter, and that's kind of the rub with the Switch 2 screen. It's just an average screen. It's very middle of the road. Is it horrible? No, but it just, to me, I never could get it like super bright, and it's a big contrast when you're docking your Switch 2, and it looks fantastic depending on what monitor you have. I have 4K monitors, and they look great. I have a nice LG TV as well, and the Switch 2 looks great on those. But by itself, with its own screen, it's definitely a downgrade, and it's just kind of a middle-of-the-road experience. I think Nintendo really kind of cheapened out with the screen that they used, and it's noticeable. What do you think with this video here? Can you see the differences? Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour is a great example of Nintendo nickel and diming people, and this definitely should have been included with the Switch 2. It's ridiculous that they're charging $10 extra. Yeah, there's some mini games, but to me, it would be a good educational experience to help people understand the differences between the Switch 2 and the original Switch. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I played so far. I love that it introduces mouse controls, and this is a missed opportunity and a prime example of Nintendo taking a misstep and charging for something they shouldn't. Overall, what do I think of the Switch 2? I think it's a safe upgrade, and that's where the problem may lie for some people. I talked to my wife, and she's like, yeah, it just seems like another Switch, not really a separate unit that has its own unique games. You know, it's hard for Nintendo to really follow up 150 million units sold success of the Switch, And so they played it safe, as many companies would. I mean, people love the Switch. It was a huge hit. It came out at a good time. A lot of people purchased it. And you know what? For this is like its serious big brother. And for many things, I think Nintendo got it right. But man, there are some issues. I think it's all about perspective and execution. I think there's a perspective right now with Nintendo that they're nickel and diming everything, and that's not good for them. They need to address that. There's a few things that they just need to realize that maybe the general consensus is that they're offering too expensive games. I think some of the games not being physical on the physical cards that they're selling, that's going to be a potential. That's kind of case by case scenario. Some of the games are expensive. Mario Kart World, though, I'll defend that just because I think it's an excellent game. So Mario Kart being 80, I don't know. I know that's expensive, but it is a fantastic game, and I think it's a great launch title. And so I really enjoyed what I've played the more I've played it. And that's just like mostly the single player experience. So that's separate from all the multiplayer awesomeness. I didn't mess around with the camera. I didn't purchase one. That's just not for me. But, you know, for people, the online chat and all that, that's going to be maybe like a separate video or a separate, that's just not for me. And so I don't really care about that. The camera's not included, and that's kind of all extra stuff. As for the online play, I didn't focus on that with this video. I just really wanted to focus on the out-of-the-box experience, as I'm mostly a single-player gamer, and online play for me is less. So, with that being said, the screen that the Switch 2 has is not great. The people that have been saying stuff about the screen, it's mid. For me, it's average. I don't think it's like detrimental to the Switch 2, but the previous Switch I feel had a better screen. The Steam Deck to me has a better screen, and this one, it's huge. It should have been better quality for the price that Nintendo's offering this. Anyways, the controllers are great. I look forward to playing more games, and I think the other issue with Nintendo is identity with this. The execution of this, I think, is that a lot of Nintendo enthusiasts know it's a different hardware. It's different hardware, and so they're going to know that Nintendo's offering unique games for the Switch 2. But the general public may think it's just another Switch. I mean, it's called the Switch 2. Is that going to be a problem for sales? You know, their goal is 15 million, and I think they'll be able to get that this year. Who knows, though? I think the sales have been strong at the start, but so were the Wii U sales initially. I think it's going to determine long term. Nintendo needs to do a good job at distinguishing this from the Switch, as I think there's a perspective out there that it's all the same. And, you know, the software and, you know, the market and everything, when you turn this on, it looks just like a Switch. Does the 4K matter to the general public? You know, for me, as a content creator, I love the fact that it offers 4K. But for a lot of people, that may not matter. I think the thing that will matter is that Nintendo now has some more advanced hardware that can do ports. And I think that's going to be good for them to get third-party support, as a Switch had awesome third-party support. And I see this getting a lot of third-party support. How they handle all the upgrades too, that's going to be important. And I'm already seeing a lot of free upgrades, so that's good. It's nice to see that Nintendo is offering many of their original titles for free. And it's kind of a bummer that they're offering other ones and charging people. I think that's a nickel and dime thing. The Welcome Tour game that cost $10 that I showed in this video, that should be included. It's ridiculous that they're charging for that. And that's it. It's a long ramble. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I did my best to try to give just my perspective of what the Switch 2 can offer initially. And I think it has great potential. It has some missteps, but overall, like a 7.5 out of 10, maybe an 8. Overall, I was satisfied with this, and I look forward to picking up many Switch 2 games and sharing some content with you, as I know there's going to be people interested in that. And like some other hardware on my channel, I'm going to do videos from time to time talking about that. And how is the Switch 2 doing and my thoughts about it. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I uploaded videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.